Hello, cult members. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I am Sean,
I'm Janice.
and this is our non-spoiler review. Although I don't know if you can really spoil it when it's based off of a book, but this is
Not everybody's read that book.
that's true. I haven't. The non-spoiler review for A Wrinkle in Time. We went and saw it last night. And I know this is a few days late, but we wanted to kind of give it some room to breathe and give ourselves a chance to actually think about what we saw.
Right.
Because I wasn't overly impressed.
Right.
But we'll get into it.
Okay.
But really cool on the big screen, and on a Tuesday night, the theater was pretty full.
Yeah, it was.
So it's doing pretty good, and we'll talk about some of the stuff that's going on around A Wrinkle in Time towards the end. But what was your overall thoughts of the movie?
The visuals were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it was shot very well, and there was a lot of effects that were really cool.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the performances. I thought the kids did really well. I really liked Reese Witherspoon's character.
Yeah, Mrs. What's it?
What's it? Yeah.
It's over here on the side.
Yeah. Mrs. Which, Mrs. Who, and Mrs. What's it?
What's it? Right.
So her character was really funny, and she's standing right there. Stop talking
She
about
was
her.
very matter of fact about her opinion on everything, which I thought was really funny.
And would tell her the girl Meg.
Meg, yeah.
Yeah, to her face. Zach Galifianakis.
You just have to let it roll. Just go with it. Zach Galifianakis. You just can't stop in the middle. You just have to go.
Zach Galifianakis'
Is
character was
Malkovich.
was funny. Yeah.
He's weird looking now that he's lost all that weight.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't have the big head thing going right now either.
He doesn't. No,
so
he doesn't.
It's still we're having a moment of adjustment with him. Overall, I feel like this not knowing the source material at all.
Right.
I think this story maybe missed on what they were trying to do. Like she said, I liked we'll get into what we really liked about the movie, but I just felt like that maybe the story could have been better. I'll just put it that way. I found myself going, I know what's going to happen next. And the story was pretty predictable and really seemed to zoom along, right? So I mean, I don't know that this is a spoiler, but they went to a bunch of different planets, but they weren't there very long, and so you really didn't get to kind of investigate what was cool about them. The one cool one was the flowers, and they were talking color was the name of color was the name of the language they were talking about the flowers. That was like the one that they actually got to do some stuff.
They spent the most time there. Yeah.
So specifically, is there something that you liked? I know that there's one you can totally take it.
That I specifically liked? Well, so I was really impressed with Storm Reed.
Yeah.
With her acting when okay, they find her father. Again, I don't know that that's a spoiler. I mean, come on, everybody.
And they showed it in the trailer, so
yeah, okay.
It's a Disney movie, of course they were gonna find him.
Right. So, she was like the emotion on her face was very genuine.
Yeah.
That she hadn't seen him in 4 years, and there he was, and I was pretty impressed with that.
Derek McCabe, who plays Charles Wallace, whose name is Charles Wallace.
Charles Wallace.
Charles Wallace. Charles Wallace, get over here. Charles Wallace, stop touching that. Charles Wallace, I need your help. Like, just call him fucking Charles or CW or something. Charles Wallace.
Charles Wallace.
I'm sure that's something from the book that like they have to say his full name. The kid who played him, Derek McCabe, is amazing, and he's like 9,
8.
Yeah, he's
something
like 8
like
or
that.
9. Yeah.
He goes from the really sweet, super smart kid to the creepy omen dude, like that. It was just really cool. I thought his performance was really well done. Chris Pine's performance has always been really good. And we talked about some of the visuals, the landscapes of the different planets that they go to and the different areas they go to, and how they, when they get to one spot and they actually show it in the commercial while the kids are bouncing the ball at the same time. The sound in that scene was freaking me out because the balls were all
synchronized.
They're all synchronized, but they have that. They're that those like dodgeball balls, right?
Rubber balls.
And so they have this ping to
Boing.
them, and so big boom bass kind of sound when it hits, and then this high pitched ring afterward. And I was just like,
they even talked about that. Like Charles Wallace said, you know, it hurts my ears.
Yeah. Did we know Michael Pena was in this?
I did.
Did you?
I
Okay,
knew because I mean they showed him in the in the trailers and stuff.
I'd seen him in the trailers, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together until he started talking.
Yeah.
And he plays a really good creepy dude, by the way.
Yeah.
So what specifically did you not like about the movie?
Like I said, just the story was pretty cut and dry. You really knew what was going to happen. And it was an hour and 40 minutes, I think, was the total runtime.
Yeah, it's something
like that. So, and I believe this is more than one book. So, like they crammed everything in to an hour and 40 minutes and just really rushed it along.
I don't know what's going on with my computer. We're still recording, but I don't know what's wrong with my computer. But yeah, I don't really understand. There seemed like there was it's right there, hour and 49 minutes. I can tell when a story isn't engaging me when I start doing the Mystery Science 3000 with it.
Yeah.
And we were about 20 minutes into the movie, and they really hadn't left Earth yet, and I was leaning over, kind of starting to throw jabs and stuff at things.
Yeah. And
then when some of the action picked up, I got my attention again. And then later on, towards the end, I noticed that, okay, you can see the big ass train at the end of the tracks. Here it comes. Here's what's going to happen. And
I mean, it's a
Disney movie.
It's a kid's movie. I'm sure it's great for smaller kids. It's very bright, and there's all this stuff going on, and it's a little scary, but it's a Disney movie.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie, and we like a lot of Disney movies, but this one just didn't. It just didn't grab my attention.
Yeah, it's not Harry Potter where full-grown adults were like, I love this story.
Yeah, I just can't. I couldn't stay engaged with it. I was moving around in my seat a bunch.
Yeah.
Not because I was nervous, just because I was kind of bored at times.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Ava DuVernay, and she actually directed a really good story here. I think her direction for the movie really works because she got great performances out of everybody.
Yeah.
And the visuals and everything and how it all flowed together was really good. I just think the base story itself was just maybe they could have added something from the book or taken something away. I don't know. It's just I have no reference, so that was my.
And there's like a kind of a love interest thing going on that I'm getting old. It creeped me out.
It was a little weird. Now, they're supposed to be 12, 13, 14 somewhere in that age, right? Between Meg and Calvin.
Maybe
so
close
that's the right age for that, first
and nothing
kind of stuff.
happened.
Nothing
it wasn't like they.
But there was hints that maybe they actually care about each other, especially after going through such a dramatic experience and stuff. Although we learned from Speed that you can't base relationships off of dramatic experiences. You have to base it off of sex.
Like everybody else.
But I think they yes, I felt weird with it a little bit, but I think they went to the line and didn't cross the line with it, and so I thought that was good. A couple things with this movie that it's actually really cool. The first week it came in second in the box office, 38 something like that million. First was Black Panther. This is the first time in the history of cinema that the number 1 and number 2 box office from a weekend are both directed by African American directors. And that had never happened before. I won't. I don't think this will harm Ava DuVernay in getting something big like maybe Star Wars or something like maybe.
Well, and I've heard a couple of people talk about how she did Detroit.
No, that was.
Or was it Selma? Maybe it was Selma.
Selma.
And something else recently. Yeah, she did Selma and 13th Hour. 13th.
That's the Netflix thing.
Oh, okay.
I got IMDb up. 13th, Blood Sugar, Selma. I Follow. So, I mean, she's done some stuff.
Yeah, they were just talking about how
9 for 9.
She's done a lot of, she does really well with the more dramatic stuff than the kind of big budget.
I expect her to get something else from Disney. They really love her, and this was one of those movies that was going to be kind of in that gray in is it going to do okay? Because of everything that's coming out between March and April.
Right.
And so
is it going to be Valerian, or is it going to be Blade Runner 2049?
Right, that kind of thing. The other thing too that I wanted to talk about just for a second was the trailers. Now, we would never talk about trailers in a review of a movie. We'd never do it, except for this time. Everything was a Disney movie except for the Easter We Need to Do Something for Jesus one.
Yes.
And Ready Player One, which is Warner Brothers. Everything else was a Disney-based.
It was Disney movie,
Jesus
movie, Ready Player One, and we both looked at each other and went, "This is not Disney."
And then they did a couple more Disney
movies.
And they didn't do any Star Wars stuff, and they didn't do any Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
It was like Mary Poppins and all that.
And
Christopher Robin. And all that stuff. So it was like, I know we're going to get Disney movies in the previews and stuff, in the trailers and stuff like that. But it was just like, okay, cool. I've seen this one about the volleyball players. Okay, cool, good. Good on that. That looks kind of interesting. Cool, whatever. And here's this other one. And then here's the burning of a church because we have because Jesus is bad trailer. And then here's everybody escaping into the the VR of the Oasis and Ready Player One. Oh, and here's Pooh, and here's Mary Poppins.
And
not
I think
Yondo.
they really missed their audience if they thought that any kids who were there to see A Wrinkle in Time were going to even understand the references in Ready Player One. Oh, it's a video game, so kids will like it, except that all the pop culture references in there are from our generation.
It's so funny. So overall, it was something really random, so we had to bring it up here, right? So overall, what is your score for the movie, for A Wrinkle in Time? Not the Jesus thing.
Not the Jesus movie. So I gave 1517 to Paris a 2. I was generous because of the content, because of what the guys did. I'm going to give this a 2.5 because of the visuals and the performances.
Performances of everybody. Yep. I'm at a 2.25.
Okay.
Mostly because I was really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And I try really hard not to build myself up. Unless it's like Star Wars, right? And then I just blindly like everything that they put out in Star Wars. But I try to allow myself to be open and not put too many expectations. Be excited for it, but not put too many but I was excited about this one, and I put some expectations on it because it was Ava DuVernay, because it's very visual, because it's based on a book that's been banned like a gazillion times and stuff like that. So I'm thinking this is going to be awesome, and it was mediocre.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of why I give it a lower score, is because I wanted it to be really awesome, and it was mediocre at best.
Yeah.
It struggled with being okay, and that really kind of sads me. So and yeah, I said sads me.
It's okay, little buddy.
So what did you guys think? Did you like A Wrinkle in Time? Are you looking forward to Ava DuVernay's next project, or Storm? What was her name? Meg. I don't remember. Hold on. I should have left it up. This way. Storm Reed. Are you looking forward to Storm Reed and her next project, or anything else? And Giant Oprah. Tell us what you think. Leave us a comment too. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. It's up here somewhere. Hit the bell so you get notifications. We're doing stuff all the time. You can get a hold of us too on Facebook at the Pop Culture Cult. We're PopCultureCult1 on Instagram, and we're at Pop_Cult1 on Twitter. We're also on the Stardust app. We're Stardust in almost everything that we're watching. Magicians, Wrinkle in Time, Alienist, all that stuff. So little 30-second reviews, and not listen to us talk for 16 minutes. Anything else?
Nope.
Good night now.